This is Sunny Ray at BeFullAndHangAround.com. We all have tough stuff. We all have stuff that we face and we go, oh gee, how am I going to do this? What will you find in yourself to go do that? To go on a date, to go to an interview, to take a really tough test, whatever it is in your world that you're afraid of. We all have something that's a challenge. There was a day in my life when I was given an opportunity. It came suddenly. I had just had about a day's notice, and I found out I was going to speak in front of about 3,000 people for about 3 hours, and it was also going to be televised. And I remember thinking, what have I gotten myself into? And I took the opportunity because I needed the money. I was still paying off college debt, and I was given an opportunity to do something because somebody else backed out, and they offered me a lot of money because they were in a bind. So I said yes. I was standing in the back behind the curtain at Orchestra Hall in Minnesota, and I looked out over a full packed crowd with lights and cameras, and I thought, oh my. And there was a hand that came on my shoulder and a tall man standing behind me, and he said, you better find in yourself something that makes you want to go out there, because you are going to go out there. He was my co-speaker. He was going to make sure I went in. I thought about it all of about a second, and I thought about a college professor I had who had shared something that I considered invaluable. What it was figure out where your worth comes from. If you get your worth from the right place, nothing can take you down. Most people get their worth and value from what other people think, how they look, what they have, what they've earned, any other thing that is outside of them usually. Some people even get their worth from themselves. And I would say most people, you're harder on yourself than anybody else ever has been. It's one of the worst places to get your worth and value is from you. So I remember thinking, my worth comes from God and it's free. If your worth comes from God, He says you're valuable all the time. You don't have anything to gain. You don't have anything to lose. It doesn't matter if every person out there thinks that you're an idiot. And they might. At that point in time, I remember thinking, if all those people decide I'm really doing something stupid, well, they just can, because God decided that I was valuable, and I'm going to stick with that. So the last thing I always do before I do anything, just like even now, talking to you, my worth comes from God and it's free. If I'm going to a cocktail party and I could incur some interesting people, my worth comes from God and it's free. Whatever it is that's sitting in front of me that could be a challenge, my worth comes from God and it's free. So this is Sunny Ray, BeFullAndHangAround.com.